to the Career and Technical Education Department at Newburgh Free Academy. While students in most other districts have to travel from their school building to a BOCES center and back during the day, our students have access to these programs without leaving the building. From automotive technology to video production to nursing to criminal justice and everything in between, the Career and Technical Education Department has something for you. Each program has a sequence of classes from the beginner level meant to introduce the program to advanced levels for those who wish to follow the program throughout their high school career. The majority of the work done in these classes is hands-on and performed by the students under the supervision of our instructors who are all respected professionals in their industry. Many of these programs lead to a professional certification or college credits through articulation agreements with our local colleges. So whether you are trying to prepare for college, trade school, the military, or entering directly into the workforce, the Career and Technical Education Department at NFA has something for you.
Good morning, NFA. It's May 9th and it's a B-Day. May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Month. Every year during the month of May, we celebrate Asians and Pacific Islanders and their contributions to American culture. This month was specifically chosen to commemorate the arrival of the first Japanese immigrants to the United States on May 7, 1843, and the completion of the Continental Railroad, which was built mostly by Chinese immigrants, on May 10, 1869. May 13th will be the last Friday for the cosmetology clinic. If you are interested in NFA cheerleading for the fall season, spring clinics will start soon. You must have 85% attendance and be in good academic standing to attend. Clinics will be at South Middle School on Mondays and Wednesdays from 3 to 4:30. If you have any questions, please reach out to a current NFA cheerleader or email cwilliams@necfd.net. If you would like extra help in Spanish, please consider signing up for the Empire program. Miss Pimentel is tutoring all levels on Tuesdays and Thursdays in room 145 from 2:20 to 3:50. Interested in getting after-school help with your schoolwork? Stay after with Mrs. O'Neill in the library every Tuesday through May 24th. You will need to provide your own transportation home. Attendance incentive for Cohort 2018. Cohort 2018 is excited to announce a monthly attendance incentive contest for the remainder of the school year. Students with the best attendance and the most improved attendance will be entered into a drawing for gift cards and other prizes. 10 winners will be announced on GBTV. Attention Cohort 2019. It's scheduling time. Please check your cohort counselor's Google Classroom for the links to the 2022 to 2023 course elective sheet, course catalog, and online course request form. Any questions, please email your counselor, Mrs. Roman and Mrs. Wilson. The Colonnade Fine Arts and Literary Magazine is looking for student artwork, photography, and all forms of writing for this year's publication. Students can submit their work using the Colonnade submissions link on Launchpad. If you have questions, please see Mr. Waltz in room 143 or Mrs. McCurdy in room 273. The induction ceremony for the Foreign Language Honor Society will be held May 12, 2022 at 6 p.m. in the NFA main campus auditorium. The health office will begin scoliosis screenings in May 2022 for the 9th grade boys. And have a great day, NFA.
Good morning, welcome to the Game Clock. I'm your host, Declan Welling, covering this week's sports news. The varsity boys baseball team is 6-4 and plays Pine Bush later today. JV baseball is 7-0 with a recent win against Kingston. Varsity girls lacrosse have a game away in Beacon today. Varsity boys tennis is undefeated this season with a win against Kingston on Tuesday. Henry Goings-Perot and Ryan Villafuerte Woods both won 6-0, 6-0. Now for pro sports with JJ Seglio.
Welcome back to Game Clock. I'm JJ Seglio covering your pro sports. In the last week, headlines and news have been swarming the sports world. I'm here to break it down for you. Today we have a lot to discuss. Starting out with the obvious, the 2022 NFL Draft. Draft day started on Thursday, April 20th through Saturday, April 30th. Due to them being the worst team in the league once again, Jacksonville received the number 1 pick. The top 10 picks are as follows. Trayvon Walker to the Jaguars, Aiden Hutchinson to the Lions, Derek Stingley Jr. to the Texans, Ahmad Gardner, a.k.a. Sauce Gardner, to the Jets, Kayvon Thibodeau to the Giants, Ika Makumbu to the Panthers, Evan Neal to the Giants, Drake London to the Falcons, surprisingly, Charles Cross to the Seahawks, Garrett Wilson to the Jets. Other notable selections were Kyle Hamilton to the Ravens at 14, Kenny Pickett to the Steelers at 20, Jermaine Johnson to the Jets after the Jets traded up, Malik Willis to the Titans at 86, Trent McDuffie at 21, and George Karlaftis at 30 to the Chiefs, Jameson Williams at pick 12 to the Lions, Chris Olave at pick 11 to the Saints, and pick 83 Nakobe Dean to the Eagles, and Breece Hall to the Jets in the second round. Also in trade news, Hollywood Brown to the Cardinals and A.J. Brown to the Eagles. Now that that is over, let's move on to the NBA playoffs. The second round started yesterday, which means 8 teams met the tragic fate of elimination last week. Pelicans, Hawks, Jazz, Raptors, Nuggets, Bulls, Timberwolves, and Nets were eliminated. But I'll talk about the Nets for a minute. You guys are trash. You have all this talent, all these stars, and one of the best playoff players in history in Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, but you can't even win a game. Pathetic, just like Ben Simmons. In round 2, the Heat play the Sixers, the Grizzlies play the Warriors, the Bucks play the Celtics, the Suns play the Mavericks. In baseball news, New York runs baseball. The Mets are currently sitting at 16-7 and the best team in the National League. The Yankees are currently sitting at 16-6 and the best team in the AL. The Mets have currently won 7 series in a row. The Yankees have won 9 games in a row. Is there anything to be left to say that these teams aren't legit? Well, this might be different in a few months, but enjoy it now, New York. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today. I'm JJ Seglio, and I will see you on the next one.
Thank you for watching Game Clock, and tune in next week.
Hi guys, welcome to a makeup tutorial with Elena. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do special effects makeup. So for this makeup you're going to need liquid latex, red lipstick, foundation that is your shade, either black eyeshadow or pencil eyeliner, and a tissue. And for the fake blood, what you're going to need is corn syrup, cocoa powder, and red food dye. And to apply it all, you're gonna need Q-tips. So let's get started. So before you start, what you wanna do is you're gonna take your liquid latex and put a base coat on where you wanna put it. I'm gonna be demonstrating on my left hand. So you're just gonna put a nice thin base coat all over where you want it. Make sure how much you put on there is bigger than the actual area you're going to be using, just to be safe. Okay. And now we're going to wait for this to dry a little. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your tissue and you're going to rip a small piece, like so. And what you're going to do is you're going to twist it into a very thin line. So now you have your tissue, and we're just going to make it into a circle or the shape you want it, and we're just going to apply it to the latex. Now this is easier if you have 2 people, so someone can hold down the tissue. We can just cut that part. I have my lovely assistant here holding down the tissue, and now what you're gonna do is you're gonna put latex all over the tissue. Make sure to make a nice thick coating. And to be fair warned, liquid latex kind of has a pungent smell. It's awful, but you get used to it. It kind of goes away. You want to make sure the tissue is stuck down all the way. then when you're finished, it should look something like this. And so before we start on the next step, you have to wait for it to dry. So the next step we're gonna do once this dries is we're gonna take the foundation and we're gonna coat the entire thing and blend it so it looks like it's part of our skin. Dry faster! So, when you're waiting for this to dry, what you wanna do is you wanna start making your fake blood. See, I already made some here, but I'm gonna show you how to make some till it's a nice deep red color. So basically you're gonna take a cup and put your corn syrup in, and you're gonna mix in some red food coloring. You're gonna mix it all in, and if it's still a light red, you're gonna add some cocoa powder to it to make it darker. But be careful not to add too much of it or else it'll become grainy and you can tell it's not real. So this has mostly dried now, so I'm gonna start applying my foundation. You're gonna take a Q-tip and take a nice big glob of it. And you're just gonna spread it all along here. Make sure to get it inside, outside, everywhere. You wanna cover up all that latex. So now that it looks like this, it kind of should blend into your skin tone. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna take either your eyeshadow or your pencil eyeliner, and you're just gonna want to make the entire inside of this black. I find the eyeshadow works better because the pencil kind of rips up the tissue. So we're just gonna take the black eyeshadow and we just kind of gotta cover it. So once that you put the black on, what this does is that it gives the wound depth so it looks like it's in your skin and not just kind of laying on top. So after you have the black, you're gonna wanna take your red lipstick, you're gonna take another Q-tip, and you're just gonna layer it on top of the black. Okay, now that we have the red done, we're almost done. So the last part of this is to apply the fake blood into the wound. So you're just going to want to mix it up, make sure it's nice and loose and not chunky. And you're just going to kind of drizzle it in. You're going to want to fill it up. Now this part is optional. It depends on how much blood you want in it. I like to put a lot in so it kind of drips over and kind of makes it look more realistic, but you can do this however you want. And don't be afraid of this staining. It washes right out of your clothing, so don't be afraid of it. Like if it drips on you, it'll come out. And you're done. Now you know how to do fake blood and gashes for your special effects makeup. This works on any part of your body. You can put it on your neck, you can put it on your face. It works great. And this is the simple version of how to do this. So it doesn't really hold up too great for close-ups, but if you need a distant shot of a wound, it works perfectly.